Car and Driver.
If this were early in 1997, the shirt would match the car. It was only available then in Prowler Purple for the Plymouth Hot Rod, with yellow added late in the year. But that changed by 1999 with black ones and red ones to go with a bump in horsepower. And then silver showed up in 2000 and orange for 01. But the biggest change is this car is a Chrysler now. The latest version of the hot rod concept that has outlived the brand it was designed to save.
It was the second time the old Chrysler Corporation stunned the auto world producing a concept car for sale. That was 1997, as the Prowler got the job of injecting some excitement into Plymouth. Plus, an engineering assignment as Chrysler's first experiment in aluminum. The body panels are, and so is the chassis. All aluminum box tubes welded up and with suspension pieces forged from aluminum. But the drivetrain is recycled with the V6 from the 300M, driving the transaxle that's normally mated to it through a torque tube. So the Prowler became a rear driver using front driver parts. To get the hot rod look and stance, the 17-inch front wheels live outside with their motorcycle fenders. Suspension is coilover adjustable shocks behind the grille working through bell cranks. And in back, the first production use of 20-inch Goodyear meats and their run flats, no spare on board. In '99, the Prowler got more horses with the single-cam 24-valve V6 making 253 and 255 pound-feet of torque. And that's made the Prowler quick. With just 2,800 pounds of aluminum, 60 comes up in 6 seconds. That's tolerable in this impression of a hot rod. But braking doesn't work out so well. With 55% of the weight on the rear wheels and no ABS available, stopping distances are long, 206 feet, doing our best to keep from flat spotting the front tires. And that's just the beginning of discovering you're driving an image. The twin leather buckets are reasonably comfortable, but so low you can't see anything beyond the cowl. So you're driving by feel with only the spectators watching your wheels. The rest of the interior is a parts bin job with familiar Chrysler pieces. The auto stick from the 300M controls the 4-speed automatic. The wheel is out of the Grand Cherokee, but with a tack mounted on the column. The center-mounted gauges are surrounded by body color, but reflections make the Speedo hard to read in the daytime. The top is manual and disappears under the deck lid, but that's also the trunk. Officially, 1.8 cubic feet. 1.8. In other words, there isn't one. And there are more image car discoveries on the road. It doesn't handle well with that odd weight distribution. The Prowler first starts off understeering and then can switch to oversteer if you unsettle the back end. In the rain with some water under those 20-inch rears, you'll have a whole new definition for squirrely by the time you make it home. And there's that raspy V6 exhaust note that pretty quickly becomes irritating. And you will discover, no matter what you try with the visors and windows, you will get strange new hair in this car. So you'll be looking a bit odd while everybody's looking at you. And they will be looking. The Chrysler badged Prowler still gets more looks than anything else you can drive at any price. For a price in 2001 of $45,000.
The Chrysler Prowler is produced in low volume at the Conner Avenue Assembly Plant in Detroit alongside the Dodge Viper. And there are now enough available that you can find a dealer who will sell you one for sticker. So the speculators who thought their investment would pay dividends with the death of the Plymouth brand are now just one of the owners who paid too much for the car that still turns heads some 5 years after the start. But that's the only thing it does really well.
These stories, log on to caranddriver.com, the enthusiast automotive resource.
Well, I've still got about an hour of running around getting stared at to do, but we have come to the last page of this edition of Current Driver. For all of us, I'm Jim Scoutten. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.